noise.
Oh, okay, so I had to run up twice. I've got
Is
the
my
solution.
keyboard working? Does anything
Oh, there
work?
was sound.
Huh.
Hopefully there's sound.
Baba, is there sound?
Awesome, there's sound. Dora will give up in a moment, I hope. I hope a lot of things for Dora. I'm going to have to start the stream without my VR headset because someone forgot to charge it. The Oculus Quest that I use, it's very good and I highly recommend it, but my particular motherboard apparently can't deliver enough charge to charge it whilst running, so it just slowly goes flat. It might be the cable. I need to see about a shorter cable. It might not be negotiating it down there. I don't know. Oh, that's just, there's a mumbly wumbly noise. It's probably a person. Wumbly noise man, he makes noises, wumbly noise man.
Didn't this sort itself out last time?
Yeah, just that, good, perfect.
Okay. Weird. Is this still set to Brazil or something? This voice server?
No, we haven't had to do that in a very long time. And it's just you. But I said it was you were all noise suppression and no noise.
Right, I'm going to turn noise suppression off then. See if that's any better.
Well, it's fine now. But I mean, was there any noise in the background? Because Max was complaining about this, but I had to point out the only time it's an issue is when there's more noise than anything else.
No, there's no noise. It was just when I was first coming on, I guess.
No, now it's breaking up again. But it sounds like digital breakup. Sounds like your end, not Discord end.
I don't know what it could be.
Yeah.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Nope, awful.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, it also could sound like you've run out of CPU time.
Well, I'm not running the game yet.
Yeah. I know you said, well, I'm not running the game yet, but you're awfully garbled. Is it
I'll restart Discord and come back.
before you restart Discord, listen to yourself in Discord. Like, are you okay? Are you microphoning to Discord all right?
So, no, it's not great. So I'm going to restart Discord and the way that I'm connecting back in a second.
Dora? I don't have my headset on, Dora. I can see you. And so can the internet. Dora, don't walk on the motion rig while it's motioning. Why are you like this? Father, why does the floor move? She's determined to get on it. What are you trying to do? Sit on my lap. Why don't you sit on my lap? Alright, because you're being contrary.
Right, I'll leave it. Sorted it out last time.
Nope. And when you first joined, the first thing you said was crap, and then the second sentence was great. But if Discord can't hear you, it's not going to be Discord. It's going to be... are you using Voice Meter Banana, by the way? Or Voice Meter?
No, nothing's very complex.
Because when I use Voice Meter, I had serious issues trying to get A to talk to B. I don't know why, but it just wouldn't do it, whether the buffers didn't line up or what. This is why I hate... To be fair, I say I hate wireless, but I had enough problems getting my wired headset to work.
What kind of headset is it?
What, my one? It's a Logitech or a Razer or some gaming brand. I know I had lots of troubles because the 3-pole isn't very well shielded. So I was getting nasty crosstalk and feedback.
Oh. Yeah. That'll do it. I do like my Sennheiser. Although the fake rubber they use on the ear cups fell apart very quickly, which is annoying.
Yeah, I've got. I do have some Sennheiser HD25s, which are fantastic. It's like strapping a pair of amplified loudspeakers to your head for DJing, but I wouldn't use them here. They're not comfortable for long periods. I don't have a.
No, I've just got their crap. I just got their crap gaming entry level stuff, and it's still pretty good.
Have you got a new internet yet?
No.
Why not?
I've got to call them again.
Yes, you should do. You should do that. Are they open on a Sunday?
I'm going to.
When? Give me a time and a date so I can chase you up on it. Tomorrow.
That's fine. But I need to call Verizon. I need to shake my mom down for the account really will do nothing with it. Like yesterday, my mom sends me the phone line's out. Okay. So I contact
America, a
because I'm
first world
troubleshooting
country.
to fix this. I was like, she can call us. I was like, what? No. Only if you're in the city. Even then, that's all different sort of headache.
I got the gist of what you said.
You get the help you need, but not in the time frame.
Why do they need your mum as account holder? You want a new line. Whoever else happens to be in the old house before it gets turned into 2 houses is irrelevant. Also, unless she has a password, just go, hello, yes, this is
both
Mrs.
the internet
Tad.
connections will be paid for on the same account.
But you just go, hello, this is Mrs. Tad. I
but I
definitely
didn't
my own
have
mother. I would like you to put new internet in for me. Thank you very much.
Number on me.
Well, write it down on a piece of paper on your car dashboard and call it from your hands-free.
What's the issue? They need the account. Oh, I'm going to. That
First world country.
should annoy the people I work with immensely, but
properly super robotic, yeah.
Maybe the server is
Really?
the issue.
No, this is normal TAD internet.
I haven't had that problem in a long time.
But what I'm hearing from you, Sai, is local issues. It's computer not correctly syncing with microphone type issues. What I'm hearing from TAD is lousy internet issues. It sounds completely different. You both sound broken and weird, but you know, more than normal. Also, these cars are a nightmare to drive.
They do have a mind of their own.
Well, I'm being beaten by my own AI right now.
Well, they know the car better than you. You were singing the praises of rear-wheel drive in real life, but in the game, not so much.
Yeah, but only, how can I put this? Rear-wheel drive is only better than front-wheel drive. It's still rubbish. No, so the Mini that I am test driving tomorrow...
When all-wheel drive is superior.
The Mini that I'm driving tomorrow, apparently is going to be very bad for torque steer because they put an awful lot
We're at the BMW
through.
place.
Yeah, to drive a BMW, not to drive a Mini.
Aren't they the same company?
Yes, but
I
they're not.
didn't know that until you
the-
started talking about it.
The dealers are completely separate for some reason. Like the buildings are different. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe they promised not to close any dealerships when they bought them up. I don't know. But yeah, the Mini's 180 horsepower through the front wheels, and apparently has torque steer. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thing is, the Civic Type R has like 300 through the front wheels, and they make a big song and dance about how they don't have torque steer. But the Mocha, what was that, 170, about 220 foot-pounds of torque, and it was torque steering like anything. Like I would never drive something like that. It was just, you weren't paying attention. It wanted to dive into the oncoming lane or, you know, pavement. I know it's been spoiled by the Impreza. I'm definitely switching car after this. I cannot do this car in Pancake.
Why are you? Oh, you're still charging your headset.
Yeah, it should be nearly done. I put it on my 65 watt charger, which is just... I'm surprised it doesn't get warm, it charges so fast. Wait, your voice was alright then, did you fix it?
Well, no,
Yes, yep,
I've
good.
fiddled with some stuff,
Yep,
but
yep.
maybe it just takes a while to
All
settle
good.
down.
Good, say something poignant.
Doesn't sound like
Wait, why's my handbrake not working?
a deal.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is it that one? Nope, that's the... Oh, that's a steering wheel.
I find it's going to crap again like it did before when I rebuilt the PC to make it go away. I need a better computer.
Well, I've got an issue. My mouse is moving very slowly.
I would totally just play this on the Mac. The only reason I can't is because installing the Oculus drivers checks for SSE 4, I think it is. And nothing I can do can convince it that it's okay to install.
Ah, that was odd. I just rebooted my mouse. My mouse was jiggling around on the screen, and I just turned it off and on. Now it's fine.
Oh, I hate the feature as well.
I love PCs. They were great. What was I trying to fix? Yeah, my handbrake is...
Yeah, 22 frames per second is not really good enough for VR, and then the audio starts cutting out.
Ooh,
Has Dora broken my
oof, that's
handbrake?
bad.
That's the keyboard. That's the sound card. I think I'm just going to turn the whole thing off and on.
Dora's causing troubles.
Maybe. Oh, I'd be surprised if I didn't cut out then. Right. If the handbrake's broken, I'm going to be
No,
well
good.
pissed though.
We hear all the
Ba-da-boom,
we
ba-da-boom.
hear all the device disconnected and reconnected from Microsoft though. Unplugging all the things.
Oh, do I have to click refresh? Oh dear, I click refresh and Live for Speed appears to have crashed. Oh, isn't this going brilliantly?
Oh dear.
Yep.
Support this live stream edition.
Or just rerun the game. Seems like the easiest solution.
You've jiggered with everything else.
I'm not updating my VR headset now. Shut up. Hey, okay, it's back.
Which one though?
Which one? What?
headset. VR headset.
Well, we did say Oculus Rift.
You've got them all.
I do not. I've only got 2 modern ones.
Oh. Well, you didn't tell us that.
Well, I've got. I mean, I've basically got the 2 major ones, the Q2 and the G2. Like, I know it's me at rants about how good the
And then Steam's gonna come out.
So I know it's me a rant about how good the Vive is, but it's fucking ancient now. Like, this is not what I would call a current headset.
They're coming out with a new one though.
HTC are. I don't know about Vive. Not for any. Not so. Vive's next one is going to be a Quest 2 rip-off. It's going to be a standalone headset that can play standalone games, and it's going to be using Stream Deck hardware.
When are you expecting to get that?
What, the Stream Deck?
I know you applied for a Stream Deck developer.
I mean, having dealt with DevCon before, it will turn up some point between tomorrow and never. Like, sometimes you just do it, and like in 3 days' time, FedEx are ringing you saying you've got something coming in. I was like, what do I have? I haven't ordered anything. And sometimes it just takes months and months and months. So it might turn out you don't get any confirmation. You just either get in or you don't. I've also applied to Stadia. And the developer questions I had to ask were bizarre. So one question about my game and like what sort of games, right? And the rest of the questions are about equality, diversity, accessibility. I was like,
oh god!
It's like, I'm writing computer games. Like, unless I'm an idiot, I'll be writing computer games
and missing the point.
Well, I'll be writing computer games to be played by the most number of people possible. Why would I do anything else? Because that's how you make money. Oh, even Mike's joined us tonight. Although not in Discord.
You're driving. Feel nice.
Wow, Tad, you're almost in. You're speaking like this, and it all comes in the sentence at the end when you finish. Oh, Dora, now is not the time to bring me things to throw for you. Shall we restart the race now? We just had a whole bunch of people join.
That's annoying. It.
I will play with you.
Which means
later.
Jay's back.
Wow, Tad. So so Tad, I think we all have to bring something to this chat, and the thing you should bring from now on is silence. You are almost literally unintelligible. I'm not even joking. I can.
Oh yeah.
That was fine, but yeah, you're properly struggling. Just don't.
We're sure that's not.
It's definitely.
Netflix is.
Yep. So no more talking from you.
Eating all our.
Yeah, this is the thing. Casual background consumption of digital media is not for people on slow internet connections.
No.
Wow, that was exciting. Dora, you're not allowed under there. Get out. I will play. No. You You are never ever allowed underneath here, you little shitbag. Why would you put that under there? Why do I have to get it back out? I love you, but I love you over there. Come and sit on my lap if you want to be nice. Oh no, you don't want to do that. Fine. No, you're not allowed under there. Don't start cleaning yourself at me. There's nothing under there. She does this. She thinks she's lost something. And she starts going, oh, I've definitely lost something under this fridge. And she never has. How did you lose it in your bed? This is not helping my lap times.
No.
And hopefully Sai fixes his microphone in a moment, because I refused to answer some questions for him on chat earlier, so I could answer them in person.
Oh. And Jay's disappeared.
No, he's in second place. The issue resolved by moving it to Discord on Brazil was the what was the error? It was an error that would pop up, unable to connect to something or other. It was when the routing goes down to the European server, but at this time of day, the Brazilian one tends to be free. I don't think that's still set up though. As I said though, that's why I said you should listen to your microphone back inside Discord. Unable to establish NPR, something like that. I don't remember the exact error though.
Are you talking to somebody?
Yes, I'm talking to Sai, who's asked me a question on YouTube.
Oh.
Which I can read, but if you ask me on Discord, I can't read that.
Yet.
Well, ever. Probably.
I'm sure you'll
Well,
find
no,
a
because
cool
I don't need to.
plug-in for Discord.
No, I don't think you understand how fucking flaky VR is at the best of times without running random third-party overlays. Well, I've caught up some of the time I lost through having to admonish Dora. But I suspect it's not going to last.
You're way better at this than any of us.
I'm not in VR. I feel like...
You're gonna overtake all of us.
I don't think it's that. I feel like someone's just sprayed paint into my face. It is horrible playing it in 2D. It's so much more difficult to judge speed and position, anything.
Even with that massive projector.
Yeah, it's horrible. 2D is crap.
I had to figure
No.
you'd have found
VR...
some sort of...
No, 2D, it's still 2D. It's big, but it's still 2D.
Oh.
There's no head tracking. Oh yes, that's more like it.
Did you get your headset back on?
I didn't take my headset off.
So... Somebody part. It's fine.
Can't hear a word you're saying, Tad. You just...
I use some water.
Hold on. And Mike sounds like he's in a different room to his microphone.
No, he's using his laptop mic.
You should all go out and buy the same headset as me because it was cheap and it's great. And never any issues, apart from when I tried to extend the cable. Oh yes, that was good. No, that was rubbish. But less rubbish than that. Oh come on, have I not made any speed up on you?
Oh.
No, Tad, you're forbidden from talking. Remember, we've had this discussion. You, no more talking. You can type, but only after you finish the race. Oh, sorry. Apparently my car's a lot heavier than yours.
Somehow.
I have 3 more corners to pass him on. Can I get substantial overlap for this corner? No. No! 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 No!
Who's that? Flashing your lights.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I can put my hazards on as well. Because that's what you are, you're a hazard.
Okay. Winning's winning. Cool. Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, but I had to stop and admonish the cat. So, did everyone else work out how to microphone yet?
No, I don't think so. I think it's still broken.
No, that's fine. That's good. Perfect.
Well, I'm getting a whopping 35 frames a second now.
This is the old 7 series, isn't it?
Well, the i5.
Oh, see, now you're breaking up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you cleaned it? Like heat sinks and stuff? I wonder if you're overheating.
Maybe.
But
But it's not. Nothing's maxing out though.
I've just worked out, if I can change my number plate, I can make it so it says something rude, but only in your rear view mirror. I'm just not sure what.
I might get to my backup cloud PC, but that has its same disadvantages.
But the advantage is, I will understand what you say.
Weird because it goes through like phases of working absolutely great and then it just starts choking.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine there. That entire sentence was perfect. That's why I
Probably
wonder.
Windows trying to do updates or something.
Shouldn't use a lot of bandwidth or CPU time to do that.
But I haven't got any CPU time to spare.
Too fast.
Too furious.
Just fast, unfortunately.
Right, let's try another reboot. This is fun.
Haha! I would check my blind spot, but I'm not in VR and I don't know where you are. Oh! I just pointed out I probably can't see you. And I've got my hazards on. What more do I need to do?
Your hazard.
Welcome back. How's your microphone?
What, me?
Oh, hey Rob. You're not...
That was weird that you say that just as I fix my microphone settings and join.
Sai's been having terrible issues with his microphone this time.
Right. I'm ashamed that I couldn't come up with some kind of Sai-related pun.
Oh, I can't either.
Something to do with sighing, right?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking more like Sai as in psychic or psionics or...
Is psionics a thing outside of sci-fi?
Well, I mean, it's a thing, but it's not a thing, if that makes sense. Like, you know, ghosts are a thing, but not a thing. Or... kangaroos.
What on earth is going on?
Like birds.
Birds are a thing.
They're not real, though. You know, that's the real reason for the first lockdown. Birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real.
Yeah, they're surveillance drones, and they need to change the batteries, and that's why they made everyone stay home so they could change the batteries in all the birds. You want to keep
I want
it,
that to be true.
You want to keep it on the grey stuff, Mike. You go way quicker on the grey stuff.
That's funny when you're on the green stuff.
So now you don't need to concentrate on racing anymore because you're so far behind. Can you give me more than a one-word review of the Mini?
No.
Oh.
I gave you.
You didn't. You said it's
I said
ace.
about torque steering stuff.
Ah.
You don't read
Yeah.
that.
The Mokka's torque steer was not just noticeable, it was dangerous. If I wasn't paying real attention, it would swerve sideways at the slightest provocation. I was very unimpressed.
Yeah, I think you might find similar with the Mini, but I think it's how you drive it. As in, you're not gentle.
Well, yeah, but if I can't put my foot down without it going, hey, let's kill those children in the oncoming lane, that's a poor car design.
It's got child recognition,
Really.
and that's not that poor.
Rob, this is BMW, that's an optional extra.
Oh yeah, it didn't have indicators.
The Ioniq has blind spot detection, so if you indicate and there's someone there, it just starts to beep at you very loudly, like no, don't do that. Which is very cool.
So I tend to indicate when I think that somebody might be there, just to let them know that I'm going to do something.
Yeah.
And then I did that, and then I saw a motorcyclist come, so I started to indicate because I wanted to go right soon. And then he sped past me, waved a wanker sign at me through the window, and sped off. And I thought, well, I didn't need to indicate. Could have just cut you up.
Yeah, but I mean, as a motorcyclist, I like to lane split and I like to overtake, but it's not my right to do so. So I never get annoyed at anyone who, you know, was turning. I should have anticipated that and then overtaken you on the inside.
Or just looked at the fucking indicators.
Well, yes. Have you 3D printed your robot yet?
The body's still printing.
How much in the way of
Taking a
3D
while.
gubbins do you have to put inside it, though?
Yeah, 3D gubbins, actually,
Electric
it's not
gubbins,
that. There's an Arduino and a shield and a battery and a switch, some ultrasound eyes, and 4 servo motors.
Oh, cool. Is there a pack you can buy that's got it all in it?
There is, and you can buy the pack with the model, and you can buy the pack without the model for 3D printing, and then just download the STLs.
There's nothing worse than, here's my custom, you know, whatever it is, robot, and they're going, and here are all the separate parts on Amazon. It's like, oh.
Well, so I like that they do that, and you can buy them.
Yes, yes.
Because you have the choice instead of... Ah, there we go. Yeah, because now I have the choice. I can choose to pay you, or I can choose to do whatever. You know, I hate being told you can only do this if you spend £45 on 30 quid's worth of gear. Now, why is Live for Speed being so glitchy,
Missed!
jerky in the menu?
Right, I am going to now hope to go to VR. It should be charged enough.
Something in Linux is using up 30% of my CPU. Why?
Hello, Urian. How are you, sir? I'm very annoyingly trapped in my seat here. There we go. Well, now I have to plug the headset in and persuade it to talk to the Oculus software. Which is fine, but I do wish I could just say, if Oculus Link is running, always directly connect, rather than me having to navigate the menus every single time. What did I manage to charge it to? It's been on the quick charge, and it is now up from 8% to 100. Great. Oh, so are you there, by the way?
Sort of, but I don't think my mic works.
Oh my god.
Well, I have a question
sort
for you.
of.
How do I, on the Quest, how come sometimes it boots, sometimes it stays off, and sometimes it shows me the battery indicator? What's the rule?
There's a random number generator.
That explains a lot.
Oh, I just found a graphics setting in Live for Speed that I hadn't noticed or looked at before that seems to have helped.
Which was?
Which is the LOD.
Yes, that will...
Is that graphics?
Graphics, user LOD, dust.
Goes up to 1, right?
Yeah.
What was it
I've
for
put
you?
it hot. I've set it like, yeah, it was at the right hand end at 1, so I've set it to about half.
Oh, are you having
And
issues?
now I'm getting a smooth. Yeah, I'm on a very I'm underpowered. I'm on an old i5 computer with a 730, a GT 730 graphics card. It's completely inappropriate for VR. Just about runs this game, and it has worked fine. But it's also running Discord and virtual desktop, so I can stream to the Quest 2.
Can you not run
And
at
it worked fine, and then it stopped working.
Can you not run at a lower resolution? Because your biggest limit will be fill rate, so and the easy solution to that is just less resolution.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to. I agree that should make all the difference, but that doesn't seem to make all the difference.
Unless you're CPU bound, I guess, because that's 100% GPU. Right.
All right. Well, I'm getting 45 frames per second now, which might actually mean 90 because that's what I've got it set to in virtual desktop. So let's give it a go. Is the voice working all right?
It is.
Voice was a bit
Oh,
glitchy
okay.
when you started talking, but it sorted itself out.
All right, let's see how it goes.
Okay, I'm in VR now. Oh, it feels like it genuinely feels like I've got into a real car. It's properly awesome. Because I've done a whole bunch of laps in Pancake,
Relatively speaking.
and now I'm in VR. Well, now it looks like I've got into the world's worst car.
Oh, that might have been all I needed to do all along, was bring that setting down.
I'm surprised it makes that much. I guess now if you're CPU based, it probably will. The other one would be MISC. There's under MISC. There's something called multiplayer speed up option, which might be worth a twiddle.
It says yes, multiplayer car draw distance. Yeah, but I'm having this issue when there's no other cars on the track. So
Yeah, there's another one you can change the physics rate.
all right, well I'll just try changing one variable at a time and see how it goes.
Okay. I'm ready
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm ready to restart, by the way, if other people are. I know you're all enjoying driving around not in a race, but oh man, I'm at the back. Why am I at the back?
No one start the race until I've got my fan plugged in.
Go!
Why can we start?
That was close.
What's this car like? Is this a very drifty one?
It is a bit. It's a heavy car, but it's four-wheel drive, so it won't do anything unpredictable. Yeah, so the very short answer to your question, Sai, is that I completely agree with Doug Demura's review of the i3, which is this is brilliant, but way too expensive. Which is a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not buying it second hand, it was kind of that the actual price didn't really come into it for me, but yeah.
Yeah. The glove compartment is shocking. The frunk or fruit, depending on...
Shocking in what way?
It was terrible. It was the worst glove. That was the awful
It's
glove
got teeth in it.
You've got to press that. You've got to press that little button ever so hard, and then you've got to slam it shut, and it's tiny. I was very
What the
unimpressed.
hell? Are you sure it's an i3? Because a lot of the things you've described are wrong.
Yes,
Like the guy that was showing you around it didn't understand it at all because he thought that lots of options weren't possible.
It was definitely an i3. I'd have noticed if it, had an engine. But okay, so on your one, how do you open the glove compartment?
Yeah, they're all the same. You press the button.
Sorry, Jay, wrong pedals.
I literally open it every day because that's where I keep my ID that I display when I get to work. So
it might be because it's new, I guess. But yeah, it was like quite a press this button, and yeah, why is there a button? And just very odd, the glove compartment. Whereas the Ioniq has this fantastic glove compartment.
Why is there a button?
Why is there a button? Yeah, why is it a button? Every other glove
Why not?
compartment. Well, that's not a reason to do something.
What would you have instead?
Well, every other glove compartment I've ever used has had a lever.
Yeah, but those
mine,
open
all
from
the ones in my
front,
cars have had
everyone
buttons.
opens. Well, the i3 glove box opens at the top like a kitchen bin.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, if it had a latch like a normal glove box, you'd have to sort of twist your hand upwards.
Well, no,
weirdly.
they tend to open, the latch tends to be horizontal, so you latch up left to right. Yeah, I was just not impressed with the glove box. That was it got nil.
Well, important features.
Well, yes.
Does the glove box affect the handling?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And then I had to press a button to get into the glove box. This car is shit.
I mean,
Next.
I mean, don't forget, I'm not buying the car for the handling. Like, it's
For the glove box.
For the glove box, but it scores no tick boxes for handling over the Scooby. Like, it just doesn't.
Yeah, but that's a completely different thing. Like, your Scooby can't plug in and charge for electricity either. You have to put petrol in it. So it's like apples and oranges.
Which is why I'm not comparing it on handling. But really,
is there a setting in Live for Speed that makes other players' cars appear further away?
Yes.
Because I just looked around the corner and Jay just appeared out of nowhere from what I didn't think was too far away.
There is a LOD option, but you should see them. Oh, a little bit.
Got that at full.
Can't see.
I think it's a fairly meaningless exercise comparing the Scooby to any EV that you're looking at, because unless you're thinking of keeping that instead of getting an EV, I mean you're going to keep it anyway. But instead of having an EV, you're thinking of just using the Scooby. Then it's pointless comparing them because they're not alternative for the same thing. They're alternative for different things.
It wasn't me who brought up handling. It was Rob. And I was explaining that I wasn't getting it for handling.
You're getting for the glove box.
Oh, no, definitely not. I also wasn't very impressed with the frunk, or fruit, though it was surprising how many electric EVs don't have them, and also surprising the massive difference in how big they are. Like some cars
Yeah,
are
we
really
don't
big
put
ones,
very
some
much
don't.
in there. You might put like your warning triangle and your puncture
Yeah, that's what they've got. They've got a little sort
in it.
of foam thing to keep it all in. Whereas the Mocha didn't have anything, so they just slung it in the boot. The i3 was also odd. Most of the modern cars have got like a false floor on the boot, just a couple of inches, and it's just for putting all your charging gubbins away. But the i3 had nothing under there.
See, mine has that, but it has the spare tyre under it.
Yeah, I think the i3 is the only one without a false floor that I've looked at.
And there's a kind of people make this sort of plastic molded thing that goes in there because and on the BEV models you've got a big unused space there, so people have made like a kind of false floor for the boot with a well in it.
Yeah.
So you have like a drop down, like place to store stuff. Fit a couple of bags of shopping there, where the Rex would go.
But yeah, I love the suicide doors, and I'm very surprised that the salesman hadn't heard that phrase before. I was like, really? What do you call them then?
Was he a child?
Huh?
What does he know? Probably quicker to list the things he did
to be
know.
honest, he probably knows about expensive BMWs rather than
Probably knows about
the
their latest TikTok campaign.
rather than the one electric car that BMW have currently got.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I am test driving the Mini, possibly the 206, and the ID3 and the ID4.
Right.
So let's go back to
208.
where we were deriding people for not knowing what suicide doors were, and then
Yes.
explain to me what suicide doors are.
Where the rear doors are hinged at the back, not the front, and there's
God.
there's no B pillar.
Isn't that for being the queen or something?
Yeah, but there's no B pillar. So that means when you open the doors, you have you could fit like a I don't know, chest of drawers all the way through the car or something. I don't know where you'd want to. But I think they're great, but they're fucking dangerous because if you open them while the car's going along, you
The
won't
wind
just...
will catch them and they'll ping open.
Yeah, or you'll scoop
Well,
somebody
you can't.
up.
You can't open them whilst you're going along because
Not in the
the
i3,
front
no.
doors close on them.
Yeah, I think you can in the RX-8, but older cars, back when they were called suicide doors, you absolutely could, which is why I think they fell out of fashion. I love them. I think they're great. The i3 was also, and
I thought they were called suicide doors because if you open it and step out and then someone hits the door by failing to drive past you.
Sorry, doesn't that
you get
apply to
squished.
everybody though? Every door, if somebody manages to hit the door.
Well, no, because normally if you open the door at the side of the road, the door is in front of you and it will be knocked away from you. Whereas if you open the door if you open a suicide door, you are now standing in front of the open door. So if someone hits the door, it will squash you like a grape.
there's only a 50-50 chance, because if obviously the traffic's going in the other direction, like you parked on the other side of the road, to your example, then they won't.
Yeah, but then why would you do that? Why
Why-
would you drive over to the other side of the road
Because there's a
and
parking
step out
space
on
there.
the
Narrow road.
carriageway?
There's a parking space there, and I'm the rear left passenger. Damn it. I was genuinely surprised, though, the i3's got more rear space than the Mocha. The Mocha was thoroughly awful. A lovely colour, though. I really like the colour of it, and very little else.
Is the colour kind of mocha colour?
No, it's a beautiful green. It's called something like...
It should be brown, shouldn't it?
No. Well, have you seen the colour? I linked it in the chat. The default colour for the Arctic 5 is something like was it?
Curd brown.
Metallic, olive.
Metallic
something.
brown, didn't you say?
Yeah, but it's just a shit colour. It's horrible. The Ionic doesn't come in any nice colours, and I would definitely have to get it in a different colour. Definitely wrapped. It's just weird. You can get silver, browny silver, reddy silver, bluey silver, grey silver, black. Whereas the Honda comes in a beautiful blue.
Oh, there we go. Personal best, 133.933. Adam,
Yes, and you came in third.
hold on.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh!
that's amazing.
Help. Upside down. But yeah, I did say when I started to test drive cars, I thought the Honda E was brilliant, and then I did wonder to myself if all EVs are brilliant. And so far, they have all been pretty brilliant. I mean, the Mokka is the least brilliant of them, but was still pretty good in its own. Less good than every other car way. But yeah, I didn't realise the i3 was so expensive. It's 38,000 for the i3S with a decent set of options, and that's a lot. But I will have a look at the Corsa 208 tomorrow. Oh, no, not Corsa. Peugeot 208. Not the Corsa 208. So yeah,
I think I don't think the Tesla is that. Sorry, I don't think the i3 is that out there for what you get. But then, compared to the Tesla that sort of beats it in just about every category on paper, the price definitely seems a bit out of whack.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I disagree. I mean, the Honda E is $6,000 less, and that's got everything. All the Skodas, they're fully featured. They've got everything too. Even the Mokka had, there just isn't a version without fancy reversing. So BMW.
Yeah, but the Honda isn't a Tesla.
No, but what I mean is that the Tesla is expensive, but many cheaper vehicles. I mean, BMW is widely criticised for doing this, for having an expensive car with no extras. Like, as standard, you don't get anything, whereas on the Skoda, you get everything as standard. At Kia, everything is standard. There's no concept.
Well, Skoda and Kia are trying to establish themselves as not shit cars.
Yeah, well,
and if they didn't give you anything as standard, then
yeah,
it would be hard to argue.
The MGs, which are very good value, are well equipped as well.
Yeah, the MG's very cheap as well. That's on my list to maybe. I think I'd rather the Corsa than the MG though.
Is it like 27 grand or something?
Something like that, yeah. Because the Corsa I'm looking at will be 208 will be 24,000 for the base model. But only the Honda and Kia and Hyundai have got plug sockets, and it surprised me that isn't completely standard for cars.
What, 3-pin?
3-pin, yeah. And Hyundai and Kia have also got what they call vehicle to load, and then you can, from the outside of the car, you have a 3-pin socket capable of delivering 3.2 kilowatt, and that's enough to charge an EV, another EV, at a reasonable rate.
We're going to get into the whole question of, like when you've plugged in your phone into your laptop over, or two laptops plugged in over USB-C, which one charges which? We're going to have the same thing with cars.
Thankfully, in this case, you can't charge in through a female plug socket. That's not how electricity ever works, Rob. If you're... Hey!
You're on the line.
I'm in front. I can do what I like. Also, I didn't notice you.
I was beeping the horn and everything.
I noticed you into the first corner, and then you decided to just put yourself in the way. But yes, I also felt the i3 was quite nice at, I'll say a little bit past its grip envelope. It did feel quite nice around corners with a bit of gumption, and I suspect the Mini won't because it's front-wheel drive. For some weird reason as well, the car they gave me is only 35% charged. Well, and I'm like, why would you? When you're trying to persuade people to buy these, surely you want to get them at 100% so they can see the big miles number rather than you've only got 38 miles left or whatever it was.
When I bought mine, it was sitting on like 1 or 2%, which is a big no-no for having it stored somewhere.
Yes.
And I pointed this out to them, and they said, "Oh yes, we've got to have them almost empty." What they were thinking of there was what they do with petrol cars, which is have them almost empty. So we're still stuck in a ICE way of thinking about a lot of stuff.
To be fair, it surprised me how ignorant people are of battery tech, because you still see people talking about memory effect in batteries. A memory effect only affected NiCad batteries on the International Space Station and almost nowhere else, where the charging cycles were almost exactly the same because the sun hit it at the same time every day.
You used to get them see the memory effect quite a lot with things like camcorder batteries when they were NiCad.
NiCad. Thankfully, NiCad.
There's a similar effect that isn't the memory effect, called something different. I can't think of what it is, but easily confused with it as well.
What were you getting?
Isn't it ironic? You can't remember the thing that's not the memory effect.
Yeah.
I also am surprised that manufacturers don't make a bit more of the unusable capacity of the battery. But I assume what they do is they always aim for, let's say, an 80 kilowatt battery when they're selling a 74. So if some of the cells are off, they're off. But if you have a good one, you might actually get a 78 kilowatt hour battery with 4 kilowatts of cells that will step in and replace the ones that die. That makes sense. And it's surprising that there's been no difference. No one really talks about that. Sometimes you can find out the unusable capacity, but quite often you can't. And I wonder if it's like Intel, where they always aim to make the best chips they can, but there are always fab fails.
You're talking about having redundancy with additional. Well, that sounds expensive.
That's how solid state drives work.
Well, they all
solid
have
state
it.
drives are all over provisioned.
Yeah,
And have an automatic mechanism that swaps new swaps new bits in, blocks in,
but yeah,
when the other ones fail.
If they're selling a 50 kilowatt hour battery and the fail rate's 10%, they'll make a 55 kilowatt hour battery, so you might get up to 10% of redundancy, but you might not. How much you get in your particular vehicle is completely unknown.
Well, there was a feature on solid state disks that I had to arrange to be disabled once, where if you delete data on it or you zero data, it would give you a new block instead of deleting the one that you're on, which was faster because it was faster to give you data that was nothing there, so it was done for speed. But I was specifically in the place where I wanted to guarantee that the data was deleted off disk, because it was credit card numbers needed to be deleted off disk, and that feature was not off disk, off thing. Yeah.
Did you get it to fill the disk with crap or dead beef or something, I guess? First?
Well, the brilliant thing was we were replacing hard disks with solid state disks when we were doing this. And what did they do with the hard disks? They said the hard disks are going to be taken out and going to be destroyed. What did they do? They sold them to another client, and they were in use and couldn't be destroyed.
Brilliant.
So that's why you don't pay CenturyLink money for shit.
I know BMW quote their maximum capacity and their usable capacity.
Yeah, but not many people do. I'm just a bit surprised. It crossed my mind today. One thing I haven't done yet, and I really should, is I should arrange a test drive of a Tesla. I don't necessarily want one, but I should test drive one in case I go, fuck me, I'm getting one of these. I know one of the Tesla associates up here. But I've never met him, rather weirdly. So I should probably just pop him for a test drive. Oh, and Mike, I have a suggestion for you. I suggest we go to Manchester, we race electric go-karts, and we test drive a Polestar.
Ooh.
Because there's one in Manchester.
I do like the sound of test driving electric go-karts. No, actually driving electric go-karts.
Yeah, the team sport in Manchester is electric.
No, yeah. Should we do a different track?
Yeah, if you vote to end race, what track would you like, Rob?
I don't know.
Oh, well.
I can't see the track list, can I?
No, don't think you can.
How'd you end the race?
It's alright. Would you like the city track? Do you want one in the
I'll be
city?
joining you in a second.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do the chicane
That was
course.
the only track I know.
Well, that's okay, because no one knows any of the other tracks anyway. And just in celebration, we'll go into the mini. The fast mini.
Late in the game, so I'm with you in about 10 seconds, I hope.
And I'll just remove you all from the grid, and now you'll be kicked into the appropriate car. And then we'll restart once you've all done that.
I've got to wait 10 seconds before I can click OK.
A little bit annoyed in this. I wish when you move your head around, it would move your head within the vehicle instead of only obeying the angle of your head, not the position of your head.
What?
Yeah,
Doing what? If I lean left, the whole car moves left with me.
What?
Yeah, there's a setting for that.
Yeah, when you is it F8 the default? You need to you press F8, Rob, and select use relative position.
Ah,
I've forgotten this track. I know this. I know some of it. This is the chicane course, but these cars are quite forgiving, so you can mess up without going too wrong.
F8. It's not F8.
Is it not F8? Do you remember what the resetter key is? You can also type /VR space reset, but that's obviously a bit rubbish.
I see it now. No, I can't. Why can't I? Oh, because my keyboard is bound to Firefox.
If you're using a manual gearbox on this car, be aware it has no auto clutch cutout, so you will need to remove your foot off the accelerator if you want to do more than 4 laps. It has a very weak clutch.
Which option did you say it was?
/VR reset. Use relative position when you do that.
Okay.
I mean, so you've been using it, so it didn't do any head tracking. Oh.
No, it did head tracking.
Position. No. So it did 3 DOF, not 6 DOF.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I'm still pretty certain it's still doing that. Yeah, if I move left and right, the car moves left and right with me.
What headset are you using, Rob?
He's using the G2.
Yeah.
Now I have had this, but only when the room was too dark for it to track.
No, lights are on.
I had it when I had the Guardian switched off.
Guardian. I'm trying to think what it could be. I mean, the other thing you can do is to make sure it's not the tracking by hitting the the Windows button on the controller. Like, have a look at something else in VR and make sure it moves properly.
Oh no, who knows? No, it's not. I'm back in the
And so if it's
wherever
not,
it is.
make sure the lenses don't have fingerprints on them.
The lenses don't have fingerprints on them.
Yes, the camera lenses on the outside.
Oh.
There's 4 of them, or 5, 6. I can't remember what's on that. Oh, that
Where
car
are
is
they?
not that fast.
There's one. Nice polish. can't find them. One there.
I've had
there.
it. I had it before.
One there.
What at least once the solution was unplug the headset and plug it back in, then it goes, "Oh, I'm working
One
now."
there. One there. That's 4. Where's the other one?
Maybe there was
The other
only-
ones.
I can't remember. There's one in the top middle on the.
Yeah, there's
Quest.
only 4.
No, there's only, is it the Oculus that's got 5?
Right.
What happened to Mike? Did you fall out of the world?
No, I didn't break my alien.
Why am I the only person left on the track? Rob and Si both disconnected. Jay didn't manage to come across to the new level. You fell out of the level. Wow, it's almost impossible to click on restart whilst driving.
Might have to get. It's nice.
You might have to what, sorry? You cut out.
Get myself some of those nice prescription lenses.
I keep getting advertised those on Facebook and I keep thinking about it.
Yeah, I didn't see them on Facebook, so I trusted them.
No, they're loads. Be aware, by the way, anything you see, you can buy the lenses for about £4 each, and there are methods to 3D print your own mounts for them.
I mean, where am I going to buy just lenses?
Carl's Ice. They provide most of the lenses for most of the world. But yeah, just bear in mind, don't pay too much for it. You're mostly paying
Head
for
tracking's fixed.
to do the effort for you. Oh, good. Well, was it just a wipe?
Oh. Was it what?
Was it just a
Unplugged the USB and the headset cable. So I don't know which fixed it, but it was one of those. That's much better.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern, by the way, about camera. Oh, that's a point, Si. I'm assuming
Ooh,
that the camera in the i3 deals with the windscreen wipers because they wouldn't turn off. I washed the windscreen and they just went for like 45 seconds, and I wasn't sure why. And I do understand that car manufacturers have an extremely difficult thing to do. Like, everything has to be intuitive. But in my life, I've never been flummoxed by a car's windscreen wipers before. Because the i3, the windscreen wipers and the indicators, they don't latch. They just go and come back, and it's all done digitally. So I was unable to say, please stop wiping the windscreen. I don't want you to.
But it turns out the back of the pits, there's a nice little car park with some marquees in it.
Yeah. You can set up your own courses with like cones and stuff, and download the tracks.
Whoops. Ah, the Odeon. Remember which is the key for limiter. Oh well, I won't have the limiter if I'm in here. Oh, bollocks.
Rob.
Yes.
What, Rob?
Yes.
Wait for the green light.
Aha, good idea.
I'm gonna let you go first, it should be funnier.
I have no idea what's coming up, God.
Well, feel free to
Well, that
press...
was lucky.
If you press 4, you'll get the driving line.
Oh, God. Can't see the 4 keyboard though, can I? The 4 keyboard, the keys.
4 keyboard, yeah. Don't brake for this bit. Right, brake until there. Brake back there.
Oh, we're doing this one backwards. Right, now I've got it.
Yes. It's also slightly different, but it is.
Oh, yes.
It is
Yeah.
backwards.
Steering's a lot more challenging on this one.
Yes, it's because it's a little teeny tiny car. That's what I'm road testing tomorrow.
A Mini?
Yep.
Oh, electric Mini, right.
A mini.
Cool.
Well, we'll see.
Mini.
I've made sure I am testing all of the major ones on the market at this point, even if I have no intention of buying them, just in case I go, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. The Mini is expensive and has awful range. So,
But if it turns out it's great fun, then maybe.
yeah. Well, I'm mulling over a number of options, and one of them is to buy an ID3 and then trade it in when the buzz comes.
God, that's not the right way.
When the buzz
Bloody
comes
hell.
available, back to the same dealer.
What, getting the Mini and then swapping it for the ID Buzz?
No, getting an ID3 and swapping it for a buzz, because then I'd be taking it back to the same dealer, etc.
Right.
So that's one thought that's crossed my mind. Oh, you're going much faster than I was expecting.
Oh God.
But I suspect what I'm eventually leaning towards is a little electric car and a big one.
Jesus.
And the little one is for going to the arcade or whatever when it's not such nice weather. And the bigger one is for my mobile office. But right!
Sorry. I knew you were there. The car just wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. I'm not quite sure how I came out of that going faster than you, though.
Okay, so you don't brake for this first bit. Don't brake until it straightens up. Don't brake, don't brake. Cut in nice and tightly, and straight line braking. Pretty much.
Where did you end up? Oh, there.
Not in the wall. Okay, not in that wall. Oh, I did order the upgrade to my motion rig as well, because I feel I deserve it.
What? Which was the upgrade? This
Six DOF.
6 DOF.
So as you go over curbs, the entire rig will bounce up and down.
Oh God. So is this the bit that breaks your back when you drive off a cliff?
Maybe. Oh, that's a point. Did Forza come out? We were going to play that. I forgot.
Was Forza going to come out?
Yeah, Forza 5's out very soon. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Oh, fuck. Come on your wheels. On your wheels. No, you son of a bitch. Rob, put me on my wheels. Put me on my wheels. I'm braced. Yes.
There you go. I mean, good luck driving, but...
Oh dear, it's not going. I'm having to duck because the roof is down there.
I can see, and you're steering a lot further left than you look like you want to.
Yes. Oh dear. It's a drift car. When I put power down, it steers left really hard.
Yeah, I could see you were steering left abruptly.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
No,
I
that's
can.
up Siri.
I didn't get that, but I get everything else you say, even when you forget I'm listening.
Doesn't get it when I'm saying its name.
When I say she who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Actually, that's unfair what I just said, if you believe what they say about how it works, which is that it's only listening for the trigger words, and then it kicks off a whole different system.
Well,
Once it's-
you might not trust what they say, but plenty of people have torn the thing apart and looked at it, so that is been widely backed up.
Wait, torn what apart?
The Alexa, the little tiny teeny whatever it is.
Oh well, I was
Android
God.
the works.
I was thinking of Siri.
Possibly a little bit less on Siri. It's a bit hard to get in. But like obviously Android's open source, you can see exactly what it does. But I did see an Alexa engineer.
Well, you can, but do you then install the version that you've reviewed on your phone, or do you install someone else's compilation of Android on your phone?
Yeah, but whatever flavour you choose, someone will have Wiresharked it to death. This happens on boards.
Yeah, but then there's a fallacy with open source software where people say, well, it's open source, and therefore people would have found an issue. But things slip through in open source software because everyone thinks everyone else is reviewing it, and everyone else thinks everyone else's security review is good enough.
Yeah,
Well, there's an old compiler vulnerability conspiracy theory that years ago compilers were hacked to inject code in that's only visible into the compiler when compiling itself. So even if it's not, the vulnerability isn't in the source code, it'll be put in by the compiler. If you want
Almost
a new
like-
compiler,
yeah.
you have to compile that with a compromised compiler.
yeah, see, this
Yeah,
sounds...
it's almost like people sit around coming up with convincing conspiracy theories, isn't it?
The thing is,
I think this guy was a security researcher who was coming up with vectors by which you could be compromised. It was his most unchallengeable.
Yeah, it isn't unchallengeable, Rob, because all that says to me is this guy has never spent a weekend debugging the output from a compiler. Because I have, and I've sat through, I don't even want to know how many thousands of lines of... Did I win? Amazing. How many thousands of lines of assembly code looking at it. Because eventually you get to the point of it's a compiler bug, and it almost never is. Almost never, but occasionally is. So I have sat there and gone through literally thousands of lines of opcodes with people trying to work out why the Xbox 360 was just dying. It turned out to be a compiler bug, but that is, as I said, very, very rare. As you said, you are quite right, so, but given that this is the biggest of the fallacy that gets repeated constantly, I'm very sure people do check it out.
Well, the other thing is Android. It's not some little fly-by-night bit of software.
Yeah, and I did see a great sort of write-up by an Alexa engineer saying, I mean, we definitely don't do that. I mean, even if we wanted to, which we don't, it would be illegal, so we don't. And more importantly, it requires so much power to do what you're describing. I mean, all Alexa does is sit in a tiny little loop, look for its keyword, and then everything else gets bounced off the internet. Because they just don't have the...
It's not the voice recognition that's on the device, it's the sentence, it's the interpretation, right? The sentence natural language processing that's on Amazon.
Yeah. By the way, none of those arguments were very good because companies do evil things all the time, and saying, "Oh, we wouldn't do that. We'd use so much processing power." Well, if you look at the Snowden revelations and Prism, etc., that just blew people away.
We're not being run by companies that are seeking profit.
Right.
No, I think, in the case of it, they would be having to sell Alexa for a whacking great loss for every unit to have enough computing power on board to do what it wants. And as I said, I mean, I find that Alexa, Siri, etc., they can barely understand them when I am fucking talking to them, let alone working out what I want to buy someone for a surprise present.
That's my general feeling towards all conspiracy theories. If they can't get shit right when they're trying, why do you think that they can get shit? Why do you think they can get the shit right when you're not trying?
Yeah, so do you not think then that you're being listened to and then advertised based on conversations that have been overheard by your gadgets?
No, I don't.
But like, there should be a name for it. It's not deja vu, but I have talked about things and then been advertised them. I definitely have.
Have you been advertised them and not noticed? Then you've talked about it because it was in your mind, and then you've been advertised again, and you've only realised the second time round.
Well, no, the important thing is correlation and causation. So I have definitely been advertised things I've talked about. 100% yes. I've also been advertised things I've only thought about. So unless they've got mind reading in them, they definitely are not using...
Express thing.
Yeah, that vector. And as I said, quite recently I went through the things that Facebook and Google thought I liked. Because I was tired of adverts for fucking paddy power. And both Facebook and Google thought I was a fan of Jeremy Corbyn, Europe, and headboards altogether, football, and just the most bizarre selection of mundane things that literally nobody is a fan of. I don't know why it I'm into beds and headboards though. Like, you know, beds have a headboard, sure, but I'm not like, I'm gonna watch Doug DeMuro's second channel where he just goes on about the quirks and features of people's headboards.
No, but think of it from their side. If you buy one bed, there's a decent chance you're redecorating. No. Okay, but if you were to buy one bed, there's a decent chance that you're decorating the house and you might buy another bed, or you might be encouraged to buy another bed.
Yep, but...
Now, I don't know why it would offer you something completely random. Maybe you bought air conditioning so it thinks that you're going to be redecorating.
It's
I
also...
mean, humans are very good at spotting patterns, so which is why we see faces and castles and clouds and things like that. So we're so geared up for thinking that our computers are listening to us and then advertising to us.
And then it thinks
I
like Europe, Jeremy Corbyn and headboards and football, yeah. Rob, as long as you don't screw up, you're going to win. I have buggered my clutch yet again.
I've got to get around this corner. Oh, God. I didn't get around the corner. Fuck.
Tell me about Polestar, because I don't know anything about Polestar.
Do you...
Volvo,
so
apparently.
do you know Brabus? Or STI?
What's that? Oh, right.
Sexually transmitted infections?
Do you know Manchu?
No.
No.
God, do you know? So you know in BMWs you get an M. You know,
Yeah,
the fancy
BMW M, I've seen that branding, yeah.
That's the fancy performance vehicle. And that's not done by BMW, it's done by a different company. It's a subsidiary of BMW. Most manufacturers
Yeah, like
have
BMW i.
Yeah, they have their own tuner. So Subaru have STI, Mercedes have Brabus.
Like AMG.
Yeah, Mercedes, yeah, they also use AMG as well. It's that sort of thing. But yeah, Polestar
AMG I've heard of.
is Volvo's posh performance brand.
Okay.
So Polestar is to Volvo as Lexus is to Toyota.
Okay.
And these
Completely unrelated, unlike the AMG relationship to Mercedes.
And they make electric cars?
They make very, very, very good electric cars. And they're going the full Tesla route. So there are showrooms with Polestars in them. They are incredibly fast cars, very, very good. And they're a pure electric thing. I think Volvo are now pure electric, or they will be by the end of the next financial year. But,
are
yeah.
you going to test drive the Jag, by the way, the E-Pace?
No, fuck that. I've read a few reviews and I've seen the prices. The review just went, like, basically, lol, people talk about Tesla panel gaps, you should see the new Jaguar. It's an embarrassment. Jaguar has the same thing. It's a very nice looking car. It's enormously expensive with no options. If you want the options, you are going to be paying for them a lot. I priced one up briefly. It's the same as the Audi e-tron. I priced one up for, I think it was 103,000 for the car, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying that much for a car, no matter what it does. What does it do? Nothing. It's just got 4 rings on the front. The Jaguar are doing their last V8s as well. I think they're done now. I think it was September. The last ever V8s Jag are doing. They're all hybrid and electric, and only be electric in within 9 years. That's the only bit that
I was talking to somebody the other week who makes, what does he make? Makes works on internal combustion engines, and he'd quit his job and he was just going to go and leave the industry because none of his skills were transferable within the car industry.
To be fair, we will be using ICEs for quite a long time to come. I mean,
no, but he was developing new ones.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Especially since people are still buying them in droves.
Yeah, but
Well,
people buy. I mean, you don't have to design a new car if people are still buying it. Jeez.
well. So I mean, you say
Okay,
that.
that was my printer. Just decided to do it side by side print and collapse on top of the neighbouring print.
Oh dear. You say that, Si,
Yeah.
but having just been into a BMW dealership, apparently they're really struggling to shift any cars because no one's buying ICE. Everyone is now seeing the writing on the wall, and the fuel crisis has just made that worse for them.
Yeah, I doubt there's going to be many car manufacturers that don't make EVs before long. Crazy.
It's just going to be novelty ones, specialist ones.
Well, no, because you won't be able to sell them. You literally won't. In 9 years, there's not very long left. Toyota's.
I'm sure they'll come up with some kind of excuse for why you can, because you can still run steam trains if you like.
It's possible that low volume cars will be exempt, but they're the homogenized rally cars. What was it? It was the Toyota have been basically burying their head in the sand and going with hydrogen, which is interesting. Japan is very big on hydrogen because in the mid-70s, China was threatening to cut their gas and oil off, so they wanted to become self-sufficient. Hence Toyota's obsession with this. But Toyota have now packed in hydrogen. They've cancelled the Mirai and the other one. There are no more hydrogen cars on the market. That's done. And they need to get on with battery electric, and they don't have any tech. They basically shelved all their tech.
The wrong horse.
Well, no, because this is Toyota. They invented the Prius. They kick-started the battery tech revolution and the EV motor revolution, and then abandoned it for hydrogen. So they're really far behind. So they're buying all their shit in from Tesla. Motors, battery, the works.
Wait, so the new Toyotas are going to be Teslas?
Yeah.
With a Toyota badge?
Pretty much.
In that case, I'll get a Toyota.
But yeah, I will see about booking a test drive in a Tesla. It only crossed my mind today going, I've test drove everything. I didn't do the Jaguar. I didn't do the Taycan. That's about it, really. And I was like, I should probably test drive a Tesla. Should we restart?
Yeah, test drive the fart apps.
The fart apps?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a real car.
Yep, Tesla, you get apps and games.
Oh, I see.
Well, the ones where you can use the real wheel and pedals to drive in the video game.
Oh, yeah.
I quite like the idea of that. I did see somebody hooked up a drive-by-wire car to a set of projector screens outside their car. So they sat in their garage surrounded by projector screens and drove that BMW or something.
There's a guy that did that. He mounted his... it's something really boring, like a Ford Focus, so he could play Forza on his Ford Focus with the Ford Focus fascia and steering wheel and everything. Whoa!
Oh, God.
Yeah, Valen just jammed between us, rammed you. Rammed you, join the spectators because you're not allowed to do that, and then quit.
That was very quick.
Is your car broken, Rob? Do you want to start again?
Well, let's see.
I mean, you're driving around all over the place, but that might just be you.
That was just being me. Now I'm okay, right?
Okay.
Oh God, no. Oh. Oh God.
I couldn't outbrake that.
I was doing okay, and it just got worse and worse.
So very good. So we don't have any randoms this time.
You're over there, are you? Okay.
But the worst thing is I don't want to buy an EV now. I want to buy an EV in about 5 years, because right now most manufacturers have got at most 2 options, and in 5 years, 8 years time, every manufacturer will have dozens of options, or however many they've got now, and that annoys me that I'm having to be still a little bit too of an early adopter.
might have to give up my Live for Speed aspirations, at least in VR, because I don't really have a good way of playing it now. I understand why it was working so well. But,
I would definitely check it doesn't need a clean. Like CPU and GPU.
Well done, Si.
Thank you. Yeah, well, they were pretty clean when I installed it just a month or two back. And I don't smoke. I think I probably just need
Rob, what the
a
fuck?
better machine.
Sorry, I was.
I can play in 2D.
I was too
no problem.
enthusiastic.
But that's also no fun.
What's got dirty, or what might have got dirty but probably hasn't?
GPU.
The computer.
Oh, what is it? Just overheating? You think?
It's just his frame rate's suddenly tanking. We don't know why.
Oh.
My car's a bit broken, Rob. Why is that?
I wonder why. Should we find out? How's it now?
Bent. I'm also concerned there will be a sudden breakthrough in battery tech, and manufacturers won't offer retrospective upgrades for their current vehicles.
Well, there are a lot of new battery tech being spoken about, like new technologies being available, not production ready, but with
Yeah.
this many different technologies people are talking about, one of them's going to come around, isn't it?
Well, one
Oh
hopes.
shit!
I mean, the thing is, HP has been trying to do battery technology for about 30 years, because if you
Yeah, but they've
crack
been trying to do printers for 50 years and they're still shit.
it,
They're not.
What they
yes,
are?
they are.
They're not.
All
They're not.
printers
They
are shit.
They make some excellent printers. They make some very cheap ones as well that are not very good.
In my experience, any printer costing less than £2,000 isn't worth having.
In my experience, any printer that only does 2 dimensions is going to be a pain in the ass. Whereas 3-dimensional ones are so far easy to fix.
Well, C got a high-end OfficeJet Pro given to for working from home, and I'm quite impressed with it. Very rugged and reliable. It's very easy to unjam, and pretty happy with it.
Well, I do love my petrol car. It's very easy to restart it once it stalls, which it just does every sort of for no reason.
Well, no, it jams just because we print to it without pulling the paper exit tray out sometimes. That's entirely our fault.
So in my experience of these things, it takes about 30 minutes to get the thing actually working. Just decide, no, it's not going to do it.
They smell fear. That's what you have to be aware of.
What's the key for the speed limiter?
I don't know. I got it bound up with the steering wheel.
So did I, but I can't remember where. No.
I mean, it's widely agreed that Rage Against the Machine were probably unhappy about a printer.
Well, you've seen Office Space?
I have. Yeah.
There's that Eddie Izzard bit as well about making a printer work. Going Control P print, Control P print. Cannot see printer. Why can't you see the printer? Look, it's right there. Picking up the printer, showing it the screen.
No, they're called peripherals because now you see them, now you don't. There's a corner there, side.
So be careful.
I think they're late for that.
Yeah, I can't play like this. It's
No,
not good.
it's like when I got my Chromecast. I evangelized my Chromecast because it's a cool idea, but more importantly, it works. Like it just works. Look, I can cast a tab, it works brilliantly. And then I realized I was evangelizing something in the modern day, not necessarily because it's cool, because it just fucking does what it's supposed to. Which is not why my experience in any printer is doing what it's supposed to. Sometimes it
No,
does, sometimes
exactly.
it doesn't. But
Somebody can make a printer that had shit quality, used shitloads of ink, you know, it was really fucking slow and noisy, but worked, I'd buy it.
Well, I was making the point the other day about modern gaming. You know, booting up a PC and then starting a game and getting updates. The same mobile games and taking 1 to 3 minutes to get into a game. That's like 30 years after we used to just plug a cartridge in and switch the thing on and start playing.
Yep.
that's progress for you. Oh, did you see that nice little clip someone had made of is it 21 years of progress in Lara Croft? And you got like the first Lara Croft game where you run into a wall and Lara puts her hands out against the wall and then jumps backwards. And now, if you in the latest version of Lara Croft, if you run into a wall, she just keeps running at the wall.
That's to be fair, the collision was much simpler back then. But yeah, on the subject of the Chromecast, so I've got two PCs. I use mouse without borders to move between two PCs, a Windows 7 PC and a Windows 10 PC. They're on the same network, they're plugged into the same router, and one of them can see my Chromecast, one of them can't. And I've never worked out why. Yay, technology. I seriously can't do 5 laps on this car without wrecking the clutch.
How are you wrecking the clutch? Are you not? Are you playing manual or flappy paddle?
Flappy paddle, but this doesn't have a throttle cut, so you have to take your foot off the accelerator when you change gear, or you just burn a bit of the clutch.
Right.
Away.
Right, I'm giving up for today because things aren't working. So
That's okay. We'll see you again very soon. Hopefully
Maybe they will work next time.
hopefully you should join us for Carmageddon, by the way, because I've been really very amused by it.
yeah, you're gonna do that on Tuesday or something?
After Schalke gets back and Esmia's back too, yes, but I'm not sure exactly when. But it's like £2, isn't it? 5 gigs.
I'll go and get that and install that, so I'm ready.
Awesome. Well, go fix your computer. Buy a second-hand computer, but buy a computer made in the last 10 years. It'll be great.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to spend money on it.
Come up and visit
For
me,
one game.
and I'll give you a 970. So 960, 960, 970. One of those. I've got one in a drawer. I've got a whole bunch of video cards. I've got a 1070, but I think I cooked it a little bit, so it might not be very reliable. I just keep my old video cards essentially as fallbacks in case one of my modern ones dies, so I can't work.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Oh, Rob, have you seen the Squid Game yet?
I've seen the Roblox Squid Game.
It's really good.
I do wonder why they're advertising it, because it doesn't look suitable for children. In fact, it's a 15, but they're advertising it on.
It's very much not. Very much not.
Were we not racing?
We'd finished.
Oh. No, I was on lap 4.
You'd finished. I'd finished. You'd finished.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I've just started watching it. It's really good.
They were advertising it on my son's Netflix profile.
That seems.
He's on U. He's supposed to be on U level stuff.
I mean, the
But he's
trailer
getting
might be. I'm not sure how you would advertise it without it being. It's quite gory. I mean, it's very gory. It's very battle royale.
I did get the feeling that it was just, let's just kill people, make it no fucking hope.
It's really good.
Is it Korean?
Korean, yeah. I'm 2 episodes in, and it's
There's
been great.
loads of Korean shit on Netflix.
Yes. Well, it's 'cause-
They've gone really big on it.
and if you've not seen Parasite, I'd also recommend that. That was very good.
I have seen Parasite. My wife and I absolutely fucking loved it, and my in-laws who watched it the same afternoon in a different theatre, they thought it was awful, and I just thought, yes, that's exactly the feeling that I had. But it's one of those films that's just so
I'm not
fucked
breaking.
up.
I'm
It's
not
good.
breaking this corner. Fuck you. And restart. Yes, the problem with the randoms, they haven't played with us. You can't just smash your way through. As I said, it's odd people still do that. All you have to do is just wait. Just be a little bit patient for an opening, not go, ha, I'll fit through. Oh, it didn't work.
Well, they think it's a video game. It is, but they're driving it like an arcade game, not a simulator, right?
Yeah. They're driving it like a game without extensive car damage. The thing is, there are plenty of tools that you can run. You can just ban people for ramming, and you can get permaban from all the servers. And we don't run it, but I do wonder if I should start doing so.
Well, I'm not really bothered about banning people because we never get people coming back.
Oh, we do. Oh, we do.
I want people
yeah,
to know that they do we.
Yeah,
I want people to know that they might get banned if they come back.
Well,
if they do it.
It does
I
say
want
that.
the threat of it, not the.
I mean, I can kick him if he does it again, but yeah, there. All he had to do was wait, not muscle through.
Wow, I don't know what happened. Somehow I managed to get around that corner that I did not have any confidence of getting around.
But basically, these next 3 corners are not places to overtake. They're places to wait and sit and not shove your way through and wait for someone to screw up. Oh, what happened to
Completely
him?
shunted him.
Oh.
I shunted him from behind. I felt nothing. I just felt no remorse. I just
Well-
accelerated straight into the back of him.
Wasn't giving. This is the thing. You want to overtake when it's safe to do so, not there. That's not.
Well,
the
I
place.
undertook, literally underneath because he went up in the air over in front.
Yeah, of all the features I've seen and all the cars I've tested, that has impressed me the most. On the Ioniq 5, the rear seats move forwards and backwards in about a foot. So you can either have a bigger boot and less legroom, or a smaller boot and more legroom. And I'm like, oh my god, this is genius.
My Prius has that.
Well,
No, my Yaris had that. Prius doesn't. Yaris did.
yeah, Yaris also genius. Your Yaris blew me away when we fit that washing machine. I couldn't believe that. Like, what? It'll never fit, it'll never fit. You're like, yeah. It did.
Oh, he fucking pitted me just as I was going around that corner. This is war. Right, shall we call him up and tell him to go into Carmageddon so we can fuck him up properly? Incidentally, where do I get Carmageddon from?
I mean, you can buy it on Steam. It's like 12 quid or something. Or you can just just type Carmageddon max damage in and then click shopping. There are loads of places selling your keys. Though obviously, if you have an issue, to be fair, most of the key selling sites, you have an issue, they'll just refund you and send you another key. Because obviously they can't check the key. But yeah.
No, because if they check the key,
They'll-
then they would have to redeem it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but presumably they have to.
Yeah, but this is why
It's a question of whether they can redeem that not working key against whoever issued them the keys.
essentially anything I buy that's slightly dodgy on the internet, I use PayPal. Because PayPal don't fuck around, they go, yeah, here's your money back.
Yeah, Monzo are pretty good like that too. That said, I've got a bill on my company card from Google for $25.99. Can't find it. I have no emails. It's not in my billing account. But NatWest require me to report it to the fraud department. I can't just press this. I have to call their fraud department because the business fraud department doesn't have anything on it. Google have looked at it and said, no, it's fine. Excuse me, I'm telling you it's not fine. So instead of dealing with it, you're now going to get a charge back.
Sure, Alex
Which will
didn't
cost
buy
him
something
£5
on your
quid or
phone or
something.
something.
On my company card? Yes, I'm sure.
No.
And no, he can't use my phone because he doesn't know my 12-character password.
Are you sure he doesn't?
I'm sure because he gets pissed off when he wants to use my phone.
I have heard plenty of stories of children quietly memorising parents' passwords over a long period.
No,
of time.
I use Face ID, so I very rarely type it in. And when I do type it in, I don't let him see it.
How old is he now?
7.
How old are children when they get phones these days?
I don't know. So he has a debit card,
Bloody
which
hell.
is his like little bank account. It's a little prepaid debit card, which is actually his bank account. And he's got this thing called Go Henry, which is like, you know, pocket money banking for your kids. So I've got an app, and he has a profile. He can log into the app himself, and then I can set up to, you know, give him £1 a week pocket money. And if he does chores, I'll take them off on the list, and we'll go through them. And I do want him to get a phone so he can install that app on it instead of having to use my phone for the app. But it's also got a ninja on it, on the card, which he loves the shit out of. He doesn't care that it's an Japanese Olympics ninja thing. He just says, it's ninjas, ninjas are cool.
Ninjas are... Well, you say that. Did it ever cross your mind that maybe every country has ninjas? We only know about the Japanese ones because they're the worst.
Like that.
Yeah, no, because my nephew's 14 now, but when I was younger, when I was a lad, it was trainers. Trainers are what made you cool or not cool. If you had latest Reebok pumps or Nike Air or Jordan or...
That was never a thing for me.
Yeah. Well, you're a bit younger than I was, so I suspect it was something else was for the cool kids. But now it's phones.
Well,
Now
I
it's
didn't
what
have it.
phone have you got? Oh, iPhone SE. Alright. Are your parents poor?
Do they? At what age? At 14, presumably, you're saying?
Yes, yes. But yeah, my niece has got a phone because basically, when they're at school, you know, on the way home, what it means that you can always get hold of them, no matter what.
Yeah. Well, surprisingly enough, Alex isn't making his own way home from school yet.
Yeah, but if you went to pick him up and he wasn't there, you could just ring his phone and be like, "Oh, I'm in, I'm in the changing rooms or whatever." Is that sort of thing?
Well, it's a primary school, so if I pick him up and he's not there, then the teachers are telling me exactly where he is.
Yeah. When does
And if they're not saying, "Oh, he's
Never.
just coming," then I shout at them. But that hasn't happened, so
Yeah, no. It's
yeah, maybe
just,
at secondary the attitude changes. So
yeah, no, it's just interesting following. I mean, I got my first mobile phone at about 22, and it was I could send text messages to people. It was amazing. It had an 8-character display. So
when did I have my first phone?
So the
I was
message
17?
would be like, "Are you good? Owing to the per, Tony, good." And you'd have to mentally piece together the whole message from.
What, when you got a whole series of text messages, one after the other,
No.
instead of...
You could only read 8 characters. It had an 8-character display, so typing or reading
Oh,
text
right.
messages was eight characters at a time. And I could only text other people on Vodafone. I couldn't text other networks.
Oh, brilliant.
It really wasn't. This is why I think I'm not an early adopter on Eevee. I think they've now managed to mature a bit. So I've been an early adopter on VR, mobile phones, lots of things. And I definitely don't want to be on something that costs 5, not 6 digits. I fuck the clutch again, every single time. Did you get Marion to try Forza, by the way?
No, I didn't. That's still on my list of things. That's why I justified getting all of this gear.
Yes.
Haven't done so yet.
Because
Never mind.
Oliver tried it, my nephew, and he was like, "It's impossible to drive it at 30. How could you ever do this?" I'm like, "Well, you do have to, and I can do it. You have to learn."
Well, it is slightly different because all the cars in Forza are ridiculously powerful.
No, they are. No, they
compared
are.
to,
Sorry.
Yo, they fucking are. Compared to my Yaris Prius, they
no.
are.
Well, no, because you just drive. I don't know if it's got the Prius in it, but if you pick like a bog standard Ford Focus or 306, it will just drive like that. But it has a huge array of cars, absolutely mind-boggling. So just make sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Barmer Boy did some trail braking there. Very good. That was excellent.
Don't know what that is, but I managed to do that the other day.
Trail
The other
braking.
day, the other lap.
Trail braking is where you start the corner whilst braking. So you're braking into the
Okay.
corner. But it's tricky and risky.
Whoa! Everybody in my mirror's there.
Well, we're still here.
Yes, there's my bump spot. That's my braking spot. I use that sign to brake.
These minis are great.
These ones do feel more like the go-karts,
Yes.
which makes them feel more real, actually. because cruising around without any of the other effects of the car, the fact that the car is actually the wheels fighting you and stuff is more.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm looking into maybe buying a more powerful four-seat steering wheel after our go-karting. Because, this guy, I got the four-seat cracked up to 200%, and it's still barely nothing. I can do it with one hand. And it feels like a Rolls Royce's power steering.
Bloody rolled it, didn't I? Right, how do I
yeah.
crank it up to 200% anyway? Is it in the Logitech G Hub?
No, in the game under Axis/FF, that bit, the controls.
Oh, centering spring strength 10. What happens if I put that up to 100?
No, wait, hold on. Not in the Logitech Hub, because the game will override that. That's only for games that don't understand it's a steering wheel.
Okay.
But actually, in there for speed. If you look under controls.
Oh. Options, controls. Where is it? Wheel turn 900%. Wheel turn force strength. Did you put that up to 200?
I did. It's 200.
Yeah, let's give it a go.
It's
Get
still
my
not
fingers
very
out
much.
from inside that wheel.
This is not a very strong steering wheel.
I know that. It's quite a bit stronger.
Yes, I feel I've been trying to sort of, I'll say, relax, but obviously even crashing and burning so hard has at least somewhat affected my, say, mental well-being, because I wasn't expecting it to do that badly, you know.
Well, was there any reason it shouldn't have done?
Well, yeah, it's a creative voxel building game, but yeah. So I've had this week where I've been unproductive and productive. I don't feel I've achieved anything. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been wasting time looking at
I'll have a
cars.
holiday.
Yeah,
Or
but
at least you'd have a period where it doesn't matter. Not a holiday, but just to say it doesn't matter. You have been very productive for the past year. You can have some time when you're not being productive. Sometimes it's really useful to just dick around for a bit and, you know.
Yeah, the problem I have is the moment I stop working on Eden, my bank account started to deflate rather than inflate. And that
I know, but
only inflates
just
when I
look at the average of it.
Yes, I guess that is. Well, but it's going down. The average is going down daily, hourly, by the second.
Oh yeah, but figure out. Figure out how much. Say 6 months off. What would the average be over that 18 months if you take 6 months off?
Still very high.
Well, then it's not a problem, is it? Take as much time off as you know will leave you with an average that's still high enough.
Yeah, well, I get bored before 6 months, definitely. But yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just basically. It's been really shit. I had quite a long chat with Steve, because we were expecting it not to do brilliantly, but not just do nothing and then RE to completely give up even trying. That's been the worst bit. It's like, dude, you just.
Wow, he's waiting for his 30 days, isn't he?
God, it's not. Yeah. But without us changing the game, yeah, that's gonna do nothing. But yeah, so.
If anything, it'll increase conversion. But how many hits have we had on the store page?
Well, it doesn't matter. If you increase conversion to 100%, how much dollar amount is that? 0.
I know, but at least it's people involved in the game. Because that's what he's after, right?
Well, yeah.
Anyway, if we do that, then there will be funds will become available to monetize it, right?
This is true, I guess. But yeah, I was thinking about potentially starting up dev streams again, but doing a different game every day, and sort of cycle round some games until I do one that I'm like, And I don't know if we ever played Starbase, Jeff. We might play it back in Aldershot. Which
Don't think so.
It was a cheap ass game, and I've got all the assets. Andy did them, and I always wanted to do a
board game.
It's not, yeah, the original's a board game, yeah, but I always wanted to do a computer version of it with nice graphics in VR.
I don't remember it. I remember cheap-ass games, but I don't remember Starbase Jeff.
Well, we did play it on Tabletop Simulator, though, unfortunately...
I did not.
It's just such a pain in the ass. But I've got all the assets for it, and as you can see, I've got lots of very cool spaceshipy assets.
You do. They look pristine. They look so sharp and shiny. They look really cool.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've been doing that game since before I moved to the north. It's one of the last things I started before I moved away.
You need to get things shipped.
Well, it's because it's VR, but the thing is, it looks so much better now than when I first did it, but not because the graphics
What? Because you
got
just
better.
cranked up your PC power.
Well, the
Oh yeah, headset.
headsets got better, yeah. And there's still more detail that's not resolved, even on the G2. But yeah, I need to come up with something. I need to come up with another layer of gameplay to put across the current ones, whatever that is. Oh no.
It does say second 4 out of 5.
But yeah, I do want.
Because you're doing 3 laps, even though the game's set up for 5.
No, I do 5 laps, but you only did 3 because once I finish the race, you don't get to continue. So I lapped you, so you don't do all your laps.
You lapped me. Oh, I think I ended up in the pits, didn't I?
Yes. But yeah, I quite like the idea of actually, the thing is, I've got like an idle game in VR, and it's cool. I've just copied one of my favourite idle games called Crank.
That's what I no, I'm not interested in an idle game in VR because VR's a bit of a pain in the arse.
Incremental, rather.
So why would I
idle?
idle?
Incremental rather than not.
Okay.
But I've also got this halfway house between Pulsar and a Fleet game. Sort of going. I just like basically being in VR and watching spaceships do shit. All the AI are going very fast.
Like gratuitous space battles, that was quite good.
That wasn't gratuitous space battles. So someone described it to me, and I went, "That's brilliant." Then started to write Tactics Forever, and a year later, I played gratuitous space battles. And went, "This is awful. Like it's nothing like what I want to be." And the funny thing is, there's another game called Captain Forever. That both Captain Forever and Tactics Forever are very, very, very similar, and both based on a very obscure indie game called Mothership Forever, and he keeps getting asked in interviews, did you copy this from Tactics Forever? And he's like, I've never heard of Tactics Forever until this interview.
Oh well, there's nothing wrong with people referencing you in somebody else's interview.
Yes. But yeah, I want to ship VR Space Station. For no other reason, I know roughly how much a 2D flop ships on Steam. How much does a VR flop ship? Does that do better or worse? Is it worth just doing little VR games? And then I also need to ship Nomancer onto console. Ooh,
Oh my
good
god,
trip.
how did I get around that corner?
Because you didn't hit the brake. You screwed up and you let off the brake. Just coasted.
See, I do sometimes wish that I was using my right foot for everything, because then I wouldn't would find it harder to brake. Like right now, I really want to brake. I want to brake.
I coast down that bit. If I'm not catching or I'm in first, I coast. Makes it a little bit safer rather than accelerate. Oh, I did exactly what you did. The AI are right on us, by the way, so any mistake and you're going to get half a dozen AI up your ass.
This is where I fuck up. I just cannot do this corner.
Brake earlier, tighter, much tighter than that, much tighter.
I made it.
Yeah, but you're going slow.
Don't overtake me.
I am going to overtake you. Remember, the speed you carry out of that corner, I'm still carrying more speed than you. I'm still carrying. But I hit the wall.
Oh, you were until you hit the wall, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh,
No.
Skid!
You shunted me there.
But I do need to ship something on console because I want to know, again, I know what a flop on PC does, I want to know what a flop on console does. Or, you know, or a successful title ideally, but if it flops, Because I'm going on the basis it will take me less than 14 months to port Nomancer, which is how long it took to write. And on that basis, it will make more money per hour, substantially more, on console than on PC. And it was my advice to Ari, I should follow my own advice, and I told him that Steam is where games go to die. It's not where you make your money. And he completely ignored that.
God. Jeez.
Not
Damn.
What happened there? Where are you? Oh, you're right there.
Right behind you.
Did I go
10
wide, or
feet,
did you just
15 feet
drive
behind
into
you.
me?
Burger murderer. Murder. Interesting. Did you go wide? No, I... Oh.
I may have.
Yeah, I was a bit shit there. Ah, damn. Just left me behind round that corner.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing on that corner. I don't know why.
Brake earlier. So, I said, your exit
I
speed
mean-
is more important than your entry. Brake much earlier, come out of that corner quickly. So if I carry 1 mile an hour more out the
I just
corner,
don't know if I'm going slow enough to go round it anyway.
then go even slower than you think you should. So you find that point. If you notice all the AI brake exactly the same spot, by the way. To get like these solid marks where like 10 AI have all brake identically.
Yeah.
Well, Burger Murder is terrible because he's a yellow flag for me. Oh,
I think he's driving this as a road driving simulator.
well, he's not in the race. He might just be learning the track or getting out of our way. But you want to brake at the
Did I bounce off every single corner there?
You want to brake at
I'm
the
missing nothing like that.
50-meter sign very hard whilst aiming towards the apex.
Okay.
And I know that's easier said than done.
No, but that's useful to have some kind of metric.
So our next race will be through all the AI who will be in front of us because you and I will be in the last 2 places on the grid.
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
If you stop, by the way, the AI stop and then after a while just go, nah, screw it, we're coming through.
I like how they've all rolled up. Oh, in a perfect line.
Yeah, then...
I was trying to reverse around.
Yeah, and then they're like, yep, screw this.
Come on then, A1. AI1. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh.
I know, they're like, coming through. Oh wow, your car is sponsored by Claro.net.
Oh, brilliant. Just pulled one I liked the colours.
Okay, so we'll have to pick our way through the pack now. As soon as you hit restart.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I don't need to.
Oh, it's only because Burger Murder left.
Oh. Yeah, my glasses are digging in now.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the prescription thing myself, but if I'd have to get it for the G2, not the Quest 2, because the Quest 2 is on the motion rig, and obviously I have guests on this. I am looking forward to the 6 DOF, and I've just come to a decision about my chair at the same time. Yeah,
What was the decision about the chair?
I'm gonna upgrade my chair, so I'm gonna get the nice new Razor chair and use it as a chair, and the old chair will go on the motion rig. And the new chair, my 6-month-old chair will go on the motion rig, and my old chair will I will donate it to a charitable cause or something. But there's nothing wrong with it. It just looks tatty. It's still a very nice chair. Oh, crashing going on.
I went round that one very well after your little tutorial.
Ah, were you following the AI as well? They seem to do about the same.
It's pretty similar, yeah.
I mean, on a real racetrack, you don't go in blind and work it out yourself. Instructors tell you where the braking points are. You'll never guess them yourself. Certainly on a real racetrack, where they're like, brake 100 yards further down, you want to be all the way on the other side. You know, they've done.
So Alex was after looking at your Bubble Bobble remix, he was looking at your YouTube videos under DJ Arcus. One of them was you driving, and halfway through the halfway around the track on the first lap, you just say, "How was that?" And there's someone guiding you who says, "Oh yeah, it was all right."
No, is that the one where I get a phone call from not PCP? What was it called? The lone.
Yes, I don't know. I couldn't hear who it was, but yeah.
Yeah, I got a phone call halfway through my helmet. Like, what?
Oh, my wheels are so knackered.
Did he watch the video of you being all young and handsome and making chocolate?
He did. And Marion thought it was hilarious.
Has she not seen
and
it before?
Alex didn't believe it. Alex didn't believe it was me.
Wow. Oh, that's a bit harsh. Who else overacts with their thumb that much?
And probably quite a lot of people out of those who aren't professional actors or even amateur actors.
Should have said only a Jedi. Yeah, there you want to brake a little bit earlier. The road's not very flat, and then just coast across.
Oh God!
You hit the AI.
I'm completely out of control.
You nearly hit me.
No, I think I've knackered my car. My wheels are jiggling all over the place.
Only one of them looks broken. That still gives you 3. Whoops. Oh,
Well
sorry. And I'm back in the race. So I got distracted.
Shunting you there completely knackered my car. I'm not sure I can drive.
Yeah, I got distracted with the yellow flag crash car.
Oh God. Now I'm thinking, do I regret turning the force feedback up to 200%?
I think it was a mild workout. Oh, one of the funniest things I've
it's just jiggling annoyingly.
About car testing is I went to it's a nice lady. Do you want to come in on Sunday? I go, oh, weekend's fun. She goes, Monday 9:30. I'm like, that's too early. She goes, I have another one at 10. And I'm like, oh, well, Tuesday if you're busy. She goes, I'm off on Tuesday. I'm like, I don't care when you're off. I'm not doing this for you. Apparently, though, BMW don't do commission, so that's not a thing. Like, they're not allowed business cards. It's the business sell them, not an individual car. I was like,
oh, good.
Well, maybe, but that means you don't get someone really caring about you because they want their commish.
Yeah, but it also means somebody's more likely to do what's right, not what's going to get them their commission.
You say that, but I went in to see Kia and I said, do you have the GT6? What's that? Sorry, I meant the EV6. Oh yes, the EV6 GT. What could I have been talking about? And he goes, oh no, they're not into the end of the month. So I said, okay. So I said, would you like my phone number to ring me and let me know when they're in, maybe? He goes, oh, that's a good idea. Okay. How long have you been a salesman?
Please tell me you asked him that.
I did not. He seemed like a very nice man with a lot of tattoos just under his shirt, so I wasn't going to be sarky.
God, how am I in last place except for the one who's on his roof? God, I can't even keep it straight down the straight.
Well, that might be why.
God, I can't even get around that corner at the end of the straight at 30 miles an hour.
All you need to do is on your next lap gently shunt the crash car into the middle of the road, and hopefully the AL will stop and just flash their lights in it.
Fortunately, there is no more last lap.
But if I had my ID Buzz, you see, I would just pop a laptop and stuff in there, pop Dora in, and go down and see Mum for a week. Well, I don't. Curse you, BMW! Ruin my holiday plan.
Which one's the ID Buzz? Is that the van?
That's the camper van, yeah.
Alright.
I really want it. It ticks so many of my boxes. And I would get like a van. Not a van, that's a Suzuki thing. And it's a motorbike. But they're all terrible. They're really awful. Like, no driving aids, terrible power. Just everything is awful about them. Which is a shame, because otherwise I would get like an MV200 or something. Yeah,
because it's just bizarre, because businesses who are going to buy the vans... Hold on.
Oh! God, fuck! Well, you would think that a business whose drivers do tens of thousands of miles a year should have as many driving assists as they can get. But no.
Exactly.
But they don't.
Exactly. The business is going to make the decision not based on whether or not they think it's eco-friendly. They're going to make the decision based on whether or not it's going to make drivers quit, or be not cost effective.
Oh, well, it really is. It's really cost effective. It's not even. Fuck you, AI.
Well, maybe that's the point. They don't need the driver assist because the boss is going to buy that car anyway.
But the thing with the driver assist and stuff, like we are talking about, they got a lot of torque, but about 130 horsepower in a massive grey Vauxhall van. The Nissan Leaf hasn't been updated in 6 years, which is a shame because it's brilliant. The Ford Transit's not out. Hello, who's that we can hear?
I'm Daniel Say.
How are you?
I'm a sim player pretty much.
You know what you're saying about cause a pile-up with all the AIs?
You just caused a pile-up, Rob.
Yeah. Oh, were you behind me?
I was.
Why are you off these days?
Why are we off the what?
Off the game.
Why? I had some family over the weekend before, and I shipped a computer game last week, and I've been very busy supporting that. No, week before now. I've been a busy man, and I spent the intervening time test driving cars. So, looking to buy a new car. I've been test driving them, which is what we've been talking about.
Yeah, pit maneuver me, you AI.
Well, we are still trying to do Thursdays and Sundays on Live for Speed at the moment, so assuming I'm not away or busy.
Or busily away.
Well, it'd be nice. But yeah.
What's your main channel?
My main channel?
Yeah.
How do you mean? What, YouTube or Twitch, you mean? I mean, I just stream to them both at the same time. So I use Restream. I'll always stream to both of them simultaneously. Oh, I didn't tell you, Robert.
Oh, sorry.
At Volkswagen, the guy's like, you know, how come you want to get an electric car? And I explained about profit and tax and benefit in kind. He goes, oh, what do you do for a living? And I go, I write computer games. He goes, oh, anything I've heard of? And I'm like, you're probably a bit young. He goes, oh no, I might have. And I go, I did Burnout. And he's like, oh my god, I love Burnout. I played it when I was like 6. Like, oh man, now I feel old. He also came out to take photos of my car afterwards when he realised what I'd driven there, and so that was quite amusing.
No, don't go in the pits.
Pit limiter on, quick!
I don't know what damage I've done. I don't remember doing any damage.
Oh shoot! Fine.
Okay, so I'm in
That's the
front.
AI.
All I need to do now is not screw up and I'll win.
Oh god.
So I'd like to come and see you next time, Rob. Is that the way we're doing it?
If you like.
I have to wait for me to get a new car.
For me to get a new car.
For me to get a new car.
You to get a new car. Yeah, do that.
So Mike test drove the Mini today, the electric Mini, and then once you've done a test drive, they will then allow you to borrow one for 48 hours for an extended test, which is a good idea. So he's going to come over and see me, see, basically from full, how much charge does he actually lose coming to see me? That's the only long journey he really does.
How often does he come visit?
Well, we have a pact. Basically, try and see each other every month.
Okay.
Sometimes we manage it. We managed it quite well until COVID, and then it all went downhill. But usually,
yeah.
he comes over with the kids or whatever. But sometimes just because we just watch films and eat kebabs.
Oh, God.
Remind me at some point to bind the key saying I'm using the stock setup. Restart, Rob, because I don't think you're going to beat the AI, are you?
No, I can't even see the AI. Oh. What's the time?
Don't know, it's probably last
20
race,
past 9. I'm gonna... Last race.
Yes, me too. Fuck off, mate. No, you can't ram me. Hell, well, you can ram me, but please don't.
Oh. That's scary.
Yeah, the AI are a little aggressive. They can't be 9:30, Rob. It must be 10:30.
The time?
Yeah.
20 past 11.
Oh, okay. It's later than I thought. Oh, blimey.
Oh God, why?
I don't
know that. How did I let go?
What's going on? Why are there cars everywhere?
I don't know. Somehow I just spun out. I spun out left on a right-hand turn. I don't even know what happened there, and then just everybody piled into me.
Yeah, well, I couldn't brake in time, and then I think HSU hit me. Hopefully we got away without too much damage, though.
Oh dear.
What?
I just shunted. Who is it? Adam. There we go. Can't read that at all.
Yeah, it's awful. It's even worse for me. So bear in mind that the Quest 2 uses compressed video between the headset and the computer. So if it's very, very, very bright red on a different colour, you can see the compression artifacts. Can't see them anywhere else. But I think that says GRN, but I got to put my head. Oh, GRH. I got to put my head very close to the text to read it.
GRH Adam. I just, for some reason, the refraction of the red and the blue is significantly farther apart. I would say that if I get the wrong, the red and the blue are maybe 2 or 3 millimeters apart. If you look in terms of how they appear.
But the A is very close to the DAM to me. But yeah, that's literally what chromatic aberration is. The clues in the word aberration.
It's aberration, not aberration.
Aberration.
I don't know what aberration means. So you say the Q's in the name. Clue's in the name, but I don't know what the name actually means.
Well, it's an aberration, you know. Something that shouldn't be there. As in abhorrent. As in abhor.
No, I'm pretty certain it's not. Because it's not got an O in aberration, has it?
No,
That's
it hasn't.
aberration.
I'm going to just assume it's the same word root. Okay, I normally slow down for this bit. There's an AI about 2 inches off my bumper, so I'm going to have to not. Oh, I took that perfectly. Get out of my way. And you get out of my way. You get an overtake. You get an overtake. Everyone gets an overtake. That was beautiful. I do say so myself. But it better be a lap record for me though, or I'm going to be sad.
My skill level has decreased. I should say my luck level has decreased.
You sure you guys are done after this race, right?
I do. I am a tired man, and I need to get to bed, unfortunately. But we were definitely back on Thursday.
Right.
Unless, of course, I do something better, or I forget.
Oh my god, I made it around that corner.
Understand.
Oh, hold it straight, car.
So that's one thing about all of the cars that I've driven, by the way. None of them let you turn off traction control properly. Like, none of them will let you do burnouts. They don't have the AC. That shit is on now. The smart car, you can kind of turn it off. You can turn off the ESC, but what's called trust. But in the Mocha, I tried to do like a full-on burnout, and the moment you get about 5 miles an hour, it turns the traction control back on. That's no fun.
I think the only car has traction control in this game is the BMW.
Oh no, I was talking about
Formula One.
in reality, like modern cars. I've just driven a bunch of brand new cars for the last week, and you can't turn it off.
Yeah.
There's no turning it off. You can turn it off for snow, and it cracked it about 5. But yeah, it's driving like an idiot, and unfortunately, it's becoming a thing of the past. Wrong way, Rob.
I know, but I rolled it, and then I had to reset to the pits. So I was seeing if I could get back onto the track to see anybody, but I couldn't.
Well, I'm going to take my old man ass to bed then. Thank you for dropping in, Rob. Always a pleasure. And hopefully I'll see you when we do come again. Oh, I've rolled the car. What a great ending.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Brilliant ending.
Thank you. On purpose. Awesome. Alright, goodbye internet. See you soon.